Kinsey.
And I'm Shane.
And you are watching PopRocks Vinyl.
Today, we're going to do an unboxing slash stuff that we've got on this week's hauls to the record store. So, we're really excited about this to kind of share some of our music that we've gotten, some stuff that we really love, and some stuff that maybe you've never heard of.
And it's kind of all across the board.
Yeah.
Which is kind of fun.
We order a lot of stuff.
We.
Okay, I order a lot of stuff.
Orders a
Kinsey's
lot of stuff.
Mode of getting vinyl is way more going to the record store. So,
yeah, for sure. I'm very set in the specific genres that I listen to, and I will listen to the same stuff over and over again, where Shane likes to find new artists and new music. But I appreciate that because he's introduced me. Yeah, he's introduced me to a lot of bands that I would have never listened to or artists. But he has, and
segueing
I like it.
into that, we'll go into the first one
that we picked up.
This is Jose Gonzalez, VENEER. This is the record store day release, and this is one that you had never heard of, and then you now like.
I do. I really like this record, and all the tracks on it. I can't say there's one that I listened to where I was like,
No, it's amazing. It's kind of a folk rock. Folk pop, not even really pop. It's kind of just folk.
No, I wouldn't say pop at all. But
it has some tinges of pop to it where it makes you want to listen to it more. And this particular record store release came with an EP, the Stay in the Shade EP, which is amazing. And it has an amazing cover of Love Will Tear Us Apart by Joy Division, which is really, really good. So this is one of the first ones that we picked up. And
I actually had sampled this from him playing Red Dead Redemption.
Yeah.
That's how I was like, wait, I've heard
you
this
gamers
before.
out there will know of Jose Gonzalez from the very famous scene where he has a song that comes up called Far Away. Mm-hmm. So,
very good album. Check it out.
Yeah.
Next up that we picked up, this is my personal fave. I love Bayside to death. I'd probably say love about them more than I can count on my 10 fingers.
Such an amazing band.
This just dropped in
a couple weeks ago. To be honest with you guys,
in December.
We don't have this one unwrapped because we opened it immediately.
Yeah.
We pre-ordered this from the band, and it came, and we opened it, and we're not going to pretend like we didn't, because we had to open it immediately. When we knew it was coming, because we love Bayside.
Well, we have the first Bayside acoustic, and that album is mind-blowing. And when
if you don't own that, buy it now.
Yeah, for sure. And we knew that they were dropping this one, and they're also doing a tour with it, which we're going to see next month.
As soon as we heard about it, we bought it.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, there's some classic, great hits that are on there from their first acoustic and from just their self-titled album, Bayside, and then they have some new songs on there that haven't been heard. But if you haven't checked out Bayside, definitely give them a listen. It's kind of a little on the dark side, emotional side, but it's really good.
In the right ways.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. It's not where
it doesn't make you
no. Because there are some tracks that are upbeat, with a tempo where it's you can jam out and rock out to them. But the lyrics are just amazing.
Bayside, check them out.
Yeah.
This one is not as good as the first acoustic album.
No, I will
However, it's well worth a listen. It's well worth a buy, especially if you're a Bayside fan. If you're not a Bayside fan, check it out. If you are a Bayside fan, why isn't this not in your collection? And
if you aren't a Bayside fan, maybe this might not be the first album to go listen to by them.
Listen to the first acoustic album.
Yeah, or just their self-titled. Yeah. You won't regret it. Mm-hmm. Next up,
we found this one at one of our record stores locally. This is Dance Gavin Dance, Downtown Battle Mountain. And this is a band that somehow slipped under my radar as somebody who's into the screamo scene of the early 2000s, mid 2000s, both of us. Mm-hmm. And somehow this band slipped underneath our radar, and then we had a friend of ours tell us about the band, and they're like, wait, you don't know about Dance Gavin Dance? And nope, we didn't. And so we listened to it, and this is brutal. It's awesome.
It is really awesome. I had never heard of Dance Gavin Dance. Well, actually, I've heard the name come across, I've heard it mentioned, but I've never actually taken the time to listen to it.
If you're into bands like Seosin or Under Oath or Chiodos, stuff like
Chiodos.
Yeah, this is definitely in that vein. So very, very cool. You should check it out.
Yeah, well worth a listen. I can say, like, one of my favorites from in my past is Chiodos, and Dance Gavin Dance reminded me a lot of that. So I like it.
They're super cool. And then
next, I had to pick up Taylor Swift's Reputation.
Big Reputation.
I'm a huge Taylor Swift fan. Obviously, 1989 was one of her biggest albums, and
that album is so good, by the way.
It's so good, but my daughter had us listen to the album probably over 100 times, where I wanted
more than
to
100 times.
Yeah, like where I was done with Taylor Swift for a little bit. I needed a break, and then Reputation came out, and her first single was "Look What You Made Me Do." And when I first heard that, I was like, I don't think I can get down with this, especially when she's like, "I'm sorry, the old Taylor can't come to the phone right now." Why? Because she's dead. And I was like, I can't get down with this. And so I stayed away from this album for quite a while. And then finally one night I was just home by myself and I decided to give it a listen. And it's actually really phenomenal. Like, every track on it, if you sit and listen to it from front to back, A side, B side, it's so good.
It's actually really good. It takes a few listens. Like, we're both Taylor Swift fans. It takes a few listens to get into it, and once you do, you're like, cool. But like, the cool thing about Taylor Swift is she tests the boundaries. She was a country star, and then she was a country pop star, and then she was a pop star, and then she kind of delved into hip hop a little bit with this one. And it, at first listen, you're kind of like, okay, Taylor, whatever. But if you give it a shot, it's like,
I actually,
pretty good.
Right now, I prefer listening to Reputation over 1989, personally.
I can't get down with that, but
I love this album and the new tracks and the new how do I want to say it? New style, yes, the new style that she's going with. It just really pulls me in. But I mean, every one of these tracks to me is perfection, and I really enjoy the album.
I kind of feel like she's trying to get a hit record in every single genre.
Well, she can get a hit record in every single genre.
She's pretty much done it.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
Big ups to Taylor. That's really, really cool.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
if you haven't heard Reputation, give it a shot. Just give it one listen and tell us what you think.
Give it a couple listens. Maybe it'll stick on you like it did on us.
For sure.
So we're gonna get into our first one. I pretty much already know what this is because I do not.
Well, all of these vinyl that have been ordered have pretty much been ordered by you.
Yeah. Well, we don't collect we don't collect 7 inches, so we already know what this one is. This is Sufjan Stevens' "Lonely Man of Winter," which is a single that was released as a Christmas contest. So he wanted to switch out a song or trade a song with somebody, like a random fan, and then he would record it, and then he would send that song to that person only after he recorded it. So he did, and it was sent to the guy who wrote it was, I think, Alex Duffy is his name. So he recorded it and sent it to him, and the only person that heard this song was Alex Duffy. And anybody that he invited to his house, which he did for a while, he invited people to his house to hear it, and those are the only people that ever heard it. And then Alex was like...
Which is really kind of crazy.
Yeah. And then this Alex Duffy guy was like, this is not fair for me to just keep this. I'm going to release it.
Share it with the world.
So he went back to Sufjan and he was like, hey, let's release this under your label to everybody so everybody can hear it. And we were lucky enough to get one of these. There's not very many made. So
I had never heard of Sufjan Stevens until Shane had ordered this vinyl. I've listened to it on Spotify, but I'm really excited to put it on the record player and hear it for the first time and see how it sounds.
Super, super cool. So,
all right. Next up, we have... We'll give it a... Oh, there we go. No scissors required on this one. This one is...
Oh, it's a Kinsey.
Oh. Blink-182. The Mark, Tom, and Travis show.
One of your favorites.
I've been wanting this vinyl for a while. I feel like it's really hard to come by. I've searched for it in all of the record stores we've gone to, and I have never found it. And I saw it on Amazon, so I had to pull the trigger and purchase it. If you have not listened to it, it's really fun because it's
Blink-182.
It's their greatest hits, pretty much. Like it's them in concert. They recorded it live. It's back to the days when they did all the funny jokes and the commentary between each other, and like really what to me Blink truly was.
It was before they fell apart.
Yeah,
which is special, really.
And it's really fun. Like I can put that album on, and I could even say every single line of commentary between the three. Well, two of them. Between Mark and Tom together. But it's so fun. It's just a really feel-good album. Like, if you just want to have fun and just listen to something on your drive that makes you laugh, definitely give it a listen.
Yeah.
Well, I guess you can put it on your drive when you're in your car because it's a record. But if you can find it on CD, it isn't actually on Spotify, which is kind of crazy because I tried to find it on there, and it's not available, which kind of surprised me. So
next we have some Vinyl Me Please.
Ooh. And what do we have here?
Oh, we have a little something for me and a little something for Kinsey. First one is something that I ordered. Anthony Green.
Anthony Green is amazing.
Would You Still Be in Love, which is his latest solo album. Anthony Green is the singer of Circa Survive and also the singer of Seosin. However you want to say it.
I say Seosin.
Yeah, he's the lead singer of those bands and Sounds of Animals Fighting and some other stuff, but he's dope. He's awesome. And this is his solo stuff, and it's really, 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 really good. Like, super good. And
Circa Survive, I mean, well, actually, we haven't talked about them before, but if you follow us on Instagram, we posted another vinyl of his, that we have, and his voice, I mean,
it's so good.
I don't think it's for everybody.
Recognizable.
It is very recognizable, but I don't think it's for everybody. But if you can get into it, it's amazing, and
it's like the highest of tenors.
Yeah, for sure. So, but I mean, it's when you just are in one of those moods and you want to jam out or just have the feels, the anger, and you want to get it out, put on a little Anthony Green.
Yeah, super good stuff. And
now we're gonna switch to a very different record type of music. Chris Stapleton. Chris
Stapleton, probably the best voice in country these days.
By far. I mean, when I first started getting into country music, I loved Luke Bryan, Blake Shelton, which Blake Shelton is amazing, but like I kind of like the party, like Florida Georgia Line, like the real poppy, like it's not even really country. And I was into that for a long time, and then finally Chris Stapleton came into my life via Shane playing it, and I'm like, this is so good. I'm like, how did I even compare or even could try to compare Luke Bryan to Chris Stapleton? There's just no comparison. Can't. Like his voice is just like, it gives me goosebumps when I listen to it.
This is a musician. This is a lyricist, a singer. Like this is the real deal, no doubt. If you are if you're not into country, listen to this guy and you will be like, okay, maybe I am into country a little bit. Because he's that good. Chris Stapleton. Yeah.
I mean, I think anybody that maybe says they're not into country, if you just give this album, any of his songs a listen, it could change your heart and your mind.
This one is really good.
Country.
I think
Traveler
is my favorite. This is From a Room, Volume 1, which came out after Traveler. He's got 3 records. Yeah. Traveler was his debut, and that one is like 10 out of 10 perfection. This one is right up there. I just haven't listened to it enough to give it that 10 out of 10.
Yeah.
It probably is. Let me get back to you on that one, and Kinsey will get back to you on that one as well.
I've listened to that one. I'm going to give that one a 9 out of 10, and I give Traveler a 10 out of 10.
Yeah.
So, super good, though.
We have
our last record.
One more.
Of the night that we are going to unbox.
All right. Big L. The big picture.
I know. Shane's going to do all the talking on this because I have never heard of the Big L. And I don't have anything to say, so I'm just going to sit and listen and learn like you guys.
This is Big L. He's a New York rapper from the 90s. He was he's thought of as one of the best lyricists of all time. And as a matter of fact, Nas, which most people would put on the Mount Rushmore of rap as all-time greatest lyricist, says if Big L is what there is competition-wise, I can't compete with that. So if that tells you anything about Big L, like, this dude is legit.
And when did this come out?
This just came out.
So this is brand new music. It hasn't been around.
This has been around, just not on vinyl.
Okay.
So this is the first time on vinyl, and it came out on this really cool, like, yellow, transparent orange, which is super cool. I can see you through it. But those of you who don't know about Big L, and you're from the 90s or know about 90s rap, Big L was in a rap group called Children of the Corn with Cameron and Mace, which you might know from, like, P. Diddy days. Super good lyricist. If you're into hip-hop, you already know about this. If you're just kind of getting into hip-hop, this is something that you should listen to.
I'm looking at the back of this and it says, rest in peace. He passed away in 1999, so obviously this is not brand new.
No.
But yes, rest in peace.
Yes.
That's sad to know.
So, Big L, way cool. Taken from us far too soon. Honestly, he's up there probably above Tupac and Biggie, if I'm going to get controversial. But, yeah, there's our week's hauls and unboxings, and we hope that you enjoyed it. If you have anything to say about any of this stuff, drop us a comment down below.
For sure. Give us a follow on Instagram, like on Facebook, comment, like, share.
I'll drop our links right here.
Don't do those two fingers. Don't do those two fingers.
Yeah, subscribe, hit the little bell, and it'll notify you when we have a new video out.
Oh, snap.
Oh, snap, girl.
Didn't know that.
Yeah.
He runs all that biz, so I just am here for the videos.
She's a good-looking one. All right.
All right.
See you guys later.
All right, you guys have a good night.
Night.
Bye.